As we all know, Canelo Alvarez just won his fight against John Ryder by unanimous decision. He went the entire 12 rounds, despite Canelo putting John Ryder down in the fifth round. So, I know you're wondering, why did I go with such a title, Canelo's Curse? Well, the answer is simple. Despite all Canelo's achievements in the world of boxing, he just seems to keep missing the mark with the fans. From the fight with David Benavides that hasn't materialized to the fight with Bivol in which he lost the first time, some fans have developed the narrative that Canelo have lost the fights that mattered the most in his career. And the first Triple G fight ended in a draw, which many people unanimously agreed that Triple G was supposed to be awarded the win. And then in the second fight, which ended in a Canelo win, many people are judged to be close enough to have actually been a draw. The third Triple G fight ended up with a Canelo win, which many people felt was well deserved. Triple G was basically over the hill, but the time had caught up with him and there was nothing anybody could do about it. So Canelo's best win in his career still remains controversial to this day. And then the time when he went up to the 175 division to challenge Dimitri Bivol, he also came up short, and that further stained his career or dwindled his record. And of course, there is also the Mayweather fans. As soon as Canelo wins a fight, the next thing you start seeing is Floyd Mayweather fans, whether paid or promoted or unpaid or just for bragging rights purposes, start posting about how Floyd Mayweather basically did whatever he wanted in the ring with Canelo and made Canelo look like an amateur. So, what can be said to be wrong with Canelo's career? Well, the truth is, there isn't much top opposition in the super middleweight category. People like Danny Jacobs have tried, and he was easily beaten by Canelo. So, what could be said to be wrong with Canelo's career? Despite all his achievements, he is still massively underrated by a section of fans, especially those who feel that his record isn't all that, and those who also feel that he actually lost twice against Triple G, despite what the records say, and his questionable wins against Elisarande Lara and his loss against Floyd Mayweather also further taints his career record. Wins against Caleb Plant, Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, and of recent, John Ryder have done little or nothing to enhance Canelo's reputation in the boxing community. And now there is also the conversation of who is the face of boxing. The records point to the fact that Canelo is still active. The records point to the fact that Canelo is still the face of boxing. His last fight with John Ryder attracted so many fans to the venue that even during the pre-fight conference, there was not enough space in the arena to contain everybody. So many people had to stand outside just to get a glimpse of their homecoming champion. So, why is it that no matter what Canelo achieves or no matter what he goes on to do in his career, it's almost as if everybody is just waiting to remind him or to remind his fans that he is not as great as they are trying to make him out to be? Some people went as far as saying Juan Manuel Marquez is the greatest Mexican boxer of all time, which is kind of funny because when you compare Canelo's achievement and compare his level of competition to what people like Juan Manuel Marquez were fighting in their own day, there is almost no comparison. Aside from a Manny Pacquiao or a Miguel Cotto, it is difficult to find anybody that Juan Manuel Marquez beats that is better than Triple G. And it is clear as day or clear as crystal that Triple G is far better than Miguel Cotto as far as boxing is concerned. The only person on Juan Manuel Marquez's wins that might be debatably better than Canelo's biggest win is Manny Pacquiao. So, with this, Canelo seems to be suffering from his own success. No matter how many times he defends his title, no matter how many divisions he seems to go through, and pick up belts and championships, there'll always constantly be this doubt about his career and what he has truly achieved, simply because of the fact that Floyd Mayweather, that beat him when he was 23 years old, is still very much around, still participating in all these press conferences and always reminding people that he made Canelo look so easy. So Canelo is really not that great. So it affects the fans' perception of Canelo's career. No matter how big a win is on his record, it just seems to pale in comparison to the fact that he lost to Floyd Mayweather. Personally, I feel like Canelo lost the first two Triple G fights and eventually won the third one. For whatever reason, he was awarded the wins. But this is not me trying to be biased here. I'm just voicing my own honest opinion. The fight against Elisa and Lara, which I watched back, did not seem like Canelo did enough in that fight to get the win, but then he still got the win. But none of those things are of any substance as far as talking about what Canelo has achieved so far in his career. Even if you chalk off the Triple G first two fights and say, well, he lost those two and then he still lost against Elisa and Lara, the fact that he has gone on from welterweight to middleweight to super middleweight and claimed titles in all three divisions speaks a lot to the pedigree of the man. And the fact that his opponents that said a lot of things before the fights against him and eventually got their face broken like Billy Joe Saunders, or eventually got stopped like Caleb Plant, speaks a lot about Canelo's achievements in the ring. It is a very well-known fact that as far as skills, Canelo is still one of the best in the business, if not the best. It's difficult to find 2 or 3 boxers that are better than him pound for pound. That is to say, if everybody was on the same weight class, skill-wise, who is going to come out on top? It is difficult to find up to 3 people in the boxing world that are actually better than Canelo if they were all in the same weight class. So, is Floyd Mayweather jealous of Canelo's success? Why is it that every time Canelo wins a match, some boxing pages or some boxing forums or the news just keeps circulating the videos of when Floyd Mayweather beat him and made him look easy, just to diminish his win instead of letting the man have his moment? Bearing in mind that Floyd Mayweather still has the eyes and ears of most boxing fans in this day and age, especially given the fact that Gervonta Tank Davis is doing well in his own division and is being promoted by the Money Team, which of course we all know is headed by Floyd Mayweather himself. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on The Boiling Ring.